Video, let us talk about flow charts. Flow charts were used at the time when monolithic programming was there. Then later on, when procedural programming came, the usage of flowcharts was little reduced. And today we are following object-oriented programming or aspect-oriented programming, so the usage of flowchart is very much less. Now, what is a flowchart? Flowchart is used for showing the flow of control of a program. Means how the program is flowing, what are the steps it is performing one by one. So if a program is very big, it is hard to figure out how the flow of a program is. So flowchart is useful for understanding the program. Instead of one is reading the program and understanding, he can see the flowchart and understand how the program is working. It is just like if you talk about electrical wiring in a home, then from where the wires or the cables are moving through the walls, if you have a plan, then you can know where exactly they are flowing and where are the important points, everything you can know. Otherwise, if there is any problem in the wiring, then you have to dig the whole wall. You have to dig the whole wall to find out the problem. If there is a proper plan, then you can understand. So before laying the wires or pulling the wires, we will make a plan. So same way, before writing a program, we make a flowchart, right? So based on the flowchart, we write the program. So this will help you understand the program. Now, next. Usually, when we are using flowchart, the program is seen as 3 steps: input, process, and output. We call it like this. First, it takes some input, then it will process, then it will give output. So any procedure you take, it will have the similar steps. Like I was talking about a recipe, preparing a dish. Input is the ingredients, then process is the process of making a dish, and output is a dish ready. If you take a chemistry experiment, a chemistry experiments that is done usually in laboratories will have input, means chemicals and the vessels or instruments, whatever you need. Then the process, what you will do with that, then it gives the result. So every procedure will have these 3 things. So program also used to see it like this. Now for that program, we draw the flowchart. Now let us look at the elements of a flowchart. This is pictorial representation. So pictures are there for representation. This ellipse is used for start and stop, and this is for taking input as well as output, and this is for processing, and this is condition, and this shows flow of control. Now I will draw a few flow charts and show you, gives you the idea how flow charts are used and how they are useful for writing the programs. Flow chart for adding 2 numbers. See, first of all, a flow chart starts. This is a start. Then for finding addition of 2 numbers, we need 2 numbers. So that is input. So we need input. So we can give a message, usually give a message that print enter two numbers. So this is a message usually we write, that because we are writing a program should be interactive. So for that purpose we write, then read 2 numbers. So we read them in variables A and B. This is input. Now we have 2 numbers in variables A and B. Then next step is process. So processing, what we have to do, we have to add A and B and store the result in C. This is processing. We have the result in C now. So output, display the output. So print sum as C. That's all. End of the procedure. This is stop. So this is the end of flowchart. So how it's going to work? First it will take input, then it will perform addition, then it will give the output, then it will stop. So this shows the flow of control. These lines are showing the flow, right? These lines are showing flow. This is a simple example. The next example, I will draw a flow chart for finding a greater number. If we have 2 numbers, then which one is greater, we will find out. So in that, till here it will be same. We need to take 2 numbers. Then from A and B, we will find out which one is greater. Whichever one is greater, we will print that greater number. So I'll remove this and modify this one. So here flowchart starts and first it will take two numbers. Now we don't know which number is greater. So there we have to check with a condition that if A is greater than B, then A is greater. Otherwise B is greater. So for condition we can use the symbol. So here I will draw condition box. So here I will check if A is greater than B. If it is a true, then we will print A. If it is a false, then we will print B. Now here there are two branchings, means true or false. So I will take two branches. First one, let us take it as true, if this is true. And second one, if it is false. So if it is a true, then we will print a value A. Print A. Simply I will say A. Then here, false, print B. If it is not, then print B. Then what to do after this? That's all. This is over. So this is over. Then finally it has to stop. Right? So this will flow and come here, and this will join at this point. So this will also stop. So this is how we can use a condition box. If A is greater than B, true, then print A. False means B is greater, so print B. So you can look at this one. Now we will see one more flowchart for printing numbers from 1 to 10. So I'll remove this and I will draw a flowchart for printing numbers from 1 to 10. Flowchart for printing numbers from 1 to 10. So for printing we have to do two things. One is print, second is count. Like 1 print, 2 print, 3 print. So counting as well as printing, two things we have to do. So keep in mind, I will draw it. Let us start. This is starting point of a flowchart. Then next, do we have to take any input? No, we already know we have to print numbers from 1 to 10. So there is no input. Then initially we should have some counter. So for counting, as we are printing from 1 onwards, so we need something starting from 1 onwards. So for that we'll take a counter. So this is a process. So in processing we will take I, that is initially it is 1. So first time it is 1. We will be printing it, right? Then next we will print this one. So print means output. So print I. Print I. So first time it will be printing 1. Next, after this I should change to 2. If it is 1, then it should increase by 1. So how to increase it by 1? So this is again a process. It is not input output. So whatever I value is, in that add 1 and store the result in I. So this will increase the value of I by 1. The next I have to print again. So again print and again increase, again print and again increase. How long? As long as I is less than or equal to 10. So is I equal to 10 now, or is it less than? Yes, it is less than. So how to check? Checking condition box. So here again we need a condition box. So here inside this condition what we will check? If I is less than or equal to 10. If yes, we will print again an increment. So if yes, that is true. If it is true, then go here again start. So this is like a loop. This is like a loop. It will go there and again start, and go there again start. How long it will be go on repeating? As long as this is true. How long that is true? If I is less than or equal to 10. So when I becomes 11, we should not print. So false. If it is false, means this is false, we should stop. This is stop. So that's all. This is the flowchart for printing numbers from 1 to 10. This is how flowcharts were used in early days of programming, but still in academics this is being used, this is being taught initially, but it is not much useful later on. But initially for understanding programming, this is little helpful. So that's all about the flowchart. In next video we will see what are the steps involved for writing and compiling and executing a program. So steps for development and execution of a program.